Hello. So today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to talk about our rhythms. So you should probably be asking yourself at some point in your dance career, can I write out the rhythms? And when I say, can I write them out, I mean, do you know how they work within the time signature of each rhythm? So let's write out a couple time signatures that we have and kind of just briefly explain what these mean. So we have a 4/4, we have 2/4, and then for funsies, we're gonna have 10/8. So if you don't know my background, I'm minored in music, so music theory was a huge part of my education in college, and it was extremely helpful. I also have played instruments before, so having that technical, that music theory background, I find is super helpful for me knowing rhythms, how they apply in music, how they look like, how they sound when you see a drum and all that stuff. So the reason why I'm making this video isn't because I think that everyone needs to minor in music or whatnot, but I find that there's a level of comprehension that deepens when you have a little bit of music theory and you can write, especially for those of us who are writers, or kinesthetic learners. It is very helpful to be able to write out a rhythm and how that applies to music, or just visually seeing how that affects our dancing and how we would represent that in our bodies. So the first thing, actually, I'm going to label this out right now. So we have our time signatures here. So I just want to go over this real quick. So the first one we have is 4/4. You may have heard this before when you've taken like a drum class or a zil or a sagat class or something. But 4/4 time signature means that you count to 4 essentially before that phrasing or that sequence of that rhythm is going to repeat itself again. So I would count, let's use belody because belody is a 4/4 rhythm. You would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And by the time that you end count 4, you are ready to repeat the rhythm going back to count 1. The bottom number is representative of the note quality, and this is where we don't necessarily need to know this as much as dancers, but it makes a difference. So 4/4, the 4 represents quarter notes. So that's how that measure is divided up to equal the 4 counts. Same here, quarter notes, and then the 8 underneath is called an eighth note. So in these rhythms, our 4/4 rhythms, you're going to count to 4. In our 2/4 rhythms, you're going to count to 2 before you repeat the sequence of counting over again. That means it only takes 2 counts for the rhythm pattern to be complete, right? And then 10 down here. So I'm going to write on the top here the numbers because it makes a difference. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so when I ask the question, can you can you write out your rhythms? What I mean is, can you notate them on where the dooms fall in the counting and where the texts fall in the counting for those particular rhythms? So super important, okay? So the first 4/4 rhythm that I'm gonna write out is belody. Take a moment right now, and if you were to write it in accordance with the beat, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, would you know where the dooms and the text fall? So ask yourself, do you know where they fall? Right? Maybe? No, maybe? So some of you are like, yes. Some of you are like, not quite sure. I've done this before, but can't remember. And some of you are like, this is the first time I'm hearing this, right? So if I'm stepping on the beat, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, I would hear doom doom teka tek doom teka tek teka doom doom teka tek doom teka tek for belody. I'm going to do my hands more slowly so that way you can see that every time I clap, this is the downbeat, that accordance with 1. And then when my hand raises above, that is the and, right? So this is the up beat or the and, the in between of the downbeats, okay? So I'm going to repeat belody again. Doom, doom, teka, tek, doom, teka, tek, teka. So now I'm going to take out a little bit of the elaboration. doom, doom, tek, doom, tek. Doom, doom, tek, doom, tek. So it'd be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and doom, doom, tek-a, tek, doom, tek-a, tek. Now I'm going to take out even more. Doom, doom, tek, doom. Doom, doom, tek, doom. A little more. Doom, doom, doom. Doom, doom, doom. Okay? So where did all of that fall in the count, right? Because we were doing melody, I'm going to notate dooms as D and then tex as T. And then if you wanted to notate ka, then you could put a K. But I'm only going to notate really the major dooms and the text in this. So remember that first clap, doom, doom. So what does it fall on? 1, shit, sorry, oh, and doom, doom. 1 and 3, 4, right? Okay, so the first doom falls on 1. The second doom falls on the and of 1. You got it. Nice job. Okay. Doom, doom, tek, doom, tek, right? So the third one will fall here. Okay? So we have doom, doom, tek, ka, tek, doom, tek, ka, tek, tekka. So you would have a tek on the 4 and then a tek on the and. Okay? Doom, doom, tek, doom, tek. Doom, doom, tek, doom, tek. Okay? So if you are good at writing out your rhythms, you may have already known this. So this is melody, right? So now we're going to make a simple change and we're going to do Sayyidi. Doom, tek, doom, tek, doom, doom, tek. Doom, tek, tek, doom, or I'm sorry, doom, tek, doom, doom, tek. They say often that melody is the reverse of Sayyidi or Sayyidi is the reverse of melody. So we know that there's 1 doom on the front and 2 dooms on the end. So we're going to replace this one with a tek and we're going to replace this one with a doom. So in Sayyidi, you have doom, tek, doom, doom, tek. When you play it fast, doom, tek, ka, doom, doom, tek, a tek, tek, a doom, tek, ka, doom, doom, tek, a tek, tek, a doom, tek, ka, doom, doom, tek, a tek, tek, a doom, tek, ka, doom, doom, tek, a tek, tek, a doom, doom, tek, a tek, doom, tek, a tek, doom, doom, tek, a tek, doom, tek, a tek, tek, a doom, doom, tek, a tek, doom, tek, a tek, tek, a doom, doom, tek, a tek, doom, tek, a tek. So you can see how they change and they can kind of, they're not interchangeable necessarily, but you can flow from one into the other really nicely. Now, so we've written out 2 rhythms, right? If you know these, by melody and Sayyidi, you will know Maqsoum. These 3 can be considered, I'm grabbing my thing right here. These 3 can be considered the melody rhythms. And one thing you should know when you're writing these out, there's always a doom on the 1 and there's always a doom on the 3. So when you're writing it out and you're trying to notate, how do I know rhythms or how can I identify it? If I were to write it out and you write out your choreography and you're trying to align with the dooms in the song and whatnot, or you're trying to hear where your movement lies, right? This is why I find this helpful to write it out, because I'm a kinesthetic learner, like I was telling you guys. And you can visually see musically how the rhythms fall into Arabic music, right? So now, if you do Maqsoum, then we doom, tek, tek, doom, tek, doom, tek, tek, doom, tek. So then this one becomes a tek. So we've written out 3 rhythms now. Melody was the first one, then it was Sayyidi, and now it's Maqsoum. So now, I'm missing the cap. Oh, it popped out down there. Okay, so the next one that we have, we're gonna write in 2/4 time frame. So I'm gonna go 1 and 2 and. I'm gonna space that out. What are some 2/4 rhythms that you know? That's the first question you should ask yourself, or what are 2/4 rhythms that you know? We have malfouf, we have ayub, we have khaliji, Those are probably more of the common ones that we dance to, but those are 3. So you've probably heard those 3 before. If you haven't, definitely go back and review 2/4 rhythms, yeah? And now we want to write those out. So can you write it out? Without me doing it, take a moment, look at the board, study it, be like, where would it fall, right? So I'm going to do malfouf. Okay, so doom, tech, tech, doom, tech, tech, doom, tech, tech, doom, tech, tech. Common intro rhythm that we hear all the time. So doom, tech, tech sounds like a triplet, right? So when you're going through this, you will notice that there's going to be our little friend where we divide the note just a little bit more. And it's called an A. If you divide this between this and this a little bit more, you have what's called a 16th note. So before we had 8th notes because we did 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, so it almost sounds like you can count something 8 to 8 instead of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. However, musically that wouldn't be as accurate, right? So now we have 1 E and a, 2 E and a, right? If we put in the rest. So the reason why I'm doing that is because when you do malfouf, it doesn't fall on an and necessarily in the division of the rhythm because it's a triplet. It's 3 notes evenly spaced over 2 counts, right? So you have doom, tech, tech. Okay, so what will end up happening is you have a doom on the 1, doom, tech, tech. That's why it sounds slightly syncopated. Doom, tech, tech, doom, tech, tech, doom, tech, tech, doom, tech, tech. So I'm doing that slow because if you notice, remember I said the downbeat was here and then on the up is the and, right? But when I said, oh, that's not even in line. See what happens when you're on an angle? Good golly. So when my hand was coming down is when I said the second or the first tech. Doom, tech, tech, right? So the first doom falls on the 1, the tech falls on the A, and then the second tech falls on the and of 2. So as you continue to write this out more, I'm going to stop right there for malfouf, but as you continue to write this out more, it helps you understand our bodies with how it lines up with the music. Like if you're trying to go doom, tech, tech, doom, tech, tech, and actually hit the doom, tech, tech, you'll notice that if you try to hit it directly in line with this tech, it is not on the downbeat. However, what happens when we dance? A lot of the time we just step on the downbeat, right? And then we are in like a triple step, right? Where you have doom, tech, tech, doom, tech, tech, step. You have a triple step, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right? So although this is kind of syncopated and right off the downbeat, it's important to see this now like, oh shit, this is different, right? Because we may be stepping here with the 2, but in the music, you're like, wait, what? Why is it slightly off, right? But you still feel that compulsion to continue to travel. So it's just good to see and understand that this music is sounds how it is, but we dance it differently than sometimes how it's represented, which is totally fine. You know, when you're entering with the triple step and hearing the malfouf. Okay, so 2/4 rhythm. Try and write out Ayub, and then try and write out Khaliji. So hint, Khaliji rhythm, the one that we know, Adini, is very similar to this, malfouf, but there's one thing that you would change, and it would make it Khaliji, and a different region of the world. So mess with that one. Let me know what you think. Okay, now we're gonna go to 10/8. One common 10/8 rhythm that we're very familiar with is Samai. So this one, I'm just gonna straight out write 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not gonna add the 10s in, or the ands of each number, because this is 8, and so that means that 8th note, right? And remember up here, these and symbols were kind of representing that 8th note feeling in the notation. So here, we don't need it because it's already there. So I hope this isn't overwhelming. I know, like at first it's like, because it's just a lot of information, but I know that you can get it. And like I said, for me, the minute I can write down and notate rhythms, I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense. And when you listen to the music, you can tell the difference, like what's two rhythms that are commonly mistaken for each other. The rhythm that is used in Debki and the rhythm that's used for Sayyidi. And if you look at the notation, the doom that falls in the beginning is only off by like, I think it's an eighth note. Yeah. So in Nawari, it falls on the and of one, and in Sayyidi, it falls on one. So just knowing that, you can anticipate that difference. So this is one of the reasons I find it's extremely interesting, but also very helpful. So Samai, doom, tek, doom, doom, tek. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Doom, tek, doom, doom, tek, doom, tek, doom, doom, tek. Okay, so this one, doom on one, tek, doom, doom, tek. So, I'm sorry. Duh, that's not correct. We hold it on. I was like, there's only supposed to be two at the end. So, doom, tek, and doom, doom, tek. Doom, 2, 3, tek, 5. Doom, doom, tek, 9, 10. So when you're counting it with the music, if you just take the bass line of Samai and you just count it up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you'll be able to hear this more. And like I said, you'll be able to know when to hit the accents. Yes. And it'll help you understand the music more. I love music theory. Ah! So, doom, tek, doom, doom, tek, doom, tek, doom, doom, tek. One more time. Doom, tek, doom, doom, tek. Okay? So, the point of this video is how many rhythms can you write down, right? If your answer was 0, no problem. Now you can write like 4 or 5, right? If your answer was like, I can write every rhythm, awesome. That is amazing. Help teach someone else how to write the rhythms, right? Like, let's spread this knowledge. This is really important stuff. So I'm a fan of music theory, if you couldn't tell. But anyway, so let me know if you have any questions on this. There's lots of good websites out there to help with notation, with rhythms, and to help your understanding more. And we have a lot of fantastic drummers in our world who have great knowledge, like Isam Hushan. He is great at breaking down notation for the rhythm. So hit him up. You know what I'm saying? He's got a lot of instructional CDs and whatnot. So I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching and being with me in this information. It's not always the most fun part of rhythms, but it's definitely really important. And if you haven't already subscribed, bada bing, bada boom, click on the bell below. Make sure you get all the notifications and all that good stuff. I only upload like 2 videos a week. I'm not going to bombard you with stuff, but you'll find out really awesome information. And I also teach online classes. So if you are interested in taking more classes with me, that would be fantastic. Click on the link below and I will see you soon.